really happy to see such a big turnout, and on behalf of AllyWestern, Pride, and GetREAL, we are really pleased to present to you Two Girls, Five Gays Lesbian Edition. So I'm Sophie and this is Leah, and we are going to be hosting and throwing some questions about love and sex and life at these women, and we're really excited to hear about their stories and some funny little stories from them. So we're going to start by getting them to introduce themselves, give a quick little bio, and tell everybody their current relationship status. So Brittany, let's start with you. Is this on? You guys can hear me? Okay. My name is Brittany. I am born and raised in Toronto. I don't know. Current relationship status, why do you have to ruin that? Like right now. I'm kidding. I have a girlfriend. We've been together for almost 4 months now. Let's see, what else? I'm actually really excited to be here. I haven't been to the Western campus in about 3 years. My first girlfriend, who I dated, I was about 20 or 21, so I was up at Western a lot. Really happy to be back, and really happy to be a part of this. Actually, it's exciting for me. It's cool to be in a different town, to sort of see unfamiliar faces, because I don't know if it's the same here as in Toronto. The lesbian community is really small. Actually, I met Blaire in Toronto like a month ago. So we sort of know each other, and she just told me that she knows one of my ex-girlfriends, so it's kind of weird. Anyways, that's it. I think we're gonna, let's move on.
Hi, I'm Val. Go to Western. I'm currently taken. I have a girlfriend. We've been dating also for probably around 4 months. I love being at Western, but I'm originally from Toronto. I come from a family of 5 kids, but I'm the youngest. And that's pretty much it. I'm not as long as Brittany's intro.
Okay, my name is Blaire. I am currently a student at Western. I'm originally from Calgary, and I'm currently very, very single. That's not to be encouragement or anything, but I am very single. Yeah, that's about it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. My name is Kelly. I'm a PhD student here at Western. I'm from Nova Scotia, so I beat y'all furthest away. My relationship status, I'm in a relationship. Been in a relationship for about 3 years. And that's about it.
Okay, my name is Jazmin. I'm from Winnipeg, so beat you, Kelly. I'm just here on a visiting year, and I'm currently in an open relationship with a cis male, actually.
Ooh, more about that. Can you elaborate? Or
Like what a cis male means? Cis is to be like the same like gender and sex attributes, so just like a guy, but just to be specific.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to start with the first question. Do you think it's better to wait until university to come out versus coming out in high school?
Anyone take
Open floor.
I came out in high school, and I was fine with it. Like, all my friends were cool, and so, I don't know.
Would you say it would be harder to come out in high school than university?
Maybe because a lot of kids in high school are like a lot harsher, especially when you come out. And so, but coming out in high school made it a lot easier, like being here first year and just being like, oh, yo, I'm gay. Because I've been out in high school and I dealt with that. And so for me personally, it was like a lot easier. I'm just like, whatever. And it's good because a lot of people in university are usually more open-minded. So it works.
Okay. Kelly?
Yeah, I came out in high school as well. I think it has to do with what high school you're at. I mean, I came from a really rural high school, but you know, I actually didn't have any problems. I was really lucky. But I think for some people, if they came out in a high school that wasn't a safe space, it could actually be really hard on them and could maybe like lower their confidence a bit. So I think, you know, I think it really depends on where you're at and how safe you feel, for sure.
What about some of you who've come out in university? Did you wish you had realized it earlier, or are you happy with how it all unfolded? I was, like, I don't know like a more appropriate way to put this, but fooling around with girls in high school, but I think in university it sort of exposes you to a more elaborate and broad way of thinking, and I think it's easier to come out in high school, university, not high school at all. There's just more opportunity. Like, my high school didn't have a gay-straight alliance, and I kind of wish it did, but when I got to university, I went to York, by the way, in Toronto, and they had like a safe space. Yeah, she went to York too. My friend Jess, newly single, ready to mingle. So I went there a lot, and I met some people there who I'm still in touch with. So I think university is just a better sort of foreground to start. But I mean, I know a lot of girls who've contacted me through, online, Tumblr, Twitter, and they ask how to come out in high school and where to go, and it's sort of a little bit hard because if you're not, I guess, 19, right? You can't go to bars, you can't meet people. So I sort of suggested the online thing. I don't know how many of you guys would be pro or con to that, but I met my first lesbian online, and she sort of exposed me to the Toronto scene. But yeah, I think it's easier in university, just because there's more people, and it's, I don't know. All right, next question. Switching gears a little bit. What woman has it all, celeb or otherwise, to find the ultimate woman? So whether it's a celeb you know or someone in your mind, describe her.
This is just somebody that we like a
Yeah, like your ultimate woman.
a celebrity that we are attracted to.
Olivia Wilde.
Mila Kunis.
She's like my number one. Oh, yeah. And Nicole.
The water girl.
Ignore her.
Hello.
She's my crush, Nicole. And apparently.
The water girl.
Yeah. I also have a crush on Selena Gomez, and I don't know how to shake it.
Rosario Dawson is my number one.
Nice.
She's
Marion Cotillard.
Okay.
That's mine.
I don't know if any of you guys seen the Hunger Games lately, but Katniss in the Hunger Games was so sexy.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, there you go. Jennifer Lawrence.
I have to agree with you. I feel like you guys.
Yeah.
I don't know, on Tumblr I always like her posts and I feel like really awkward about it, but I just have I don't know if anyone uses Tumblr in here, but I'm like, okay, cool. I don't know. So I always I tag her on the side and just scroll. I love her, I can't help it. Anyone else? Did we want to answer? Unexposed.
Keep on listing.
We can go on forever.
Mila Kunis.
I already said that. I already said that.
That was
my
my
choice thing. Yeah, sorry.
That's my take.
I was thinking about Selena.
Okay, so a little bit different. Are physical flaws a deal breaker?
No.
Define physical flaw.
Yeah. Define. That's broad.
I don't know, maybe you don't like red hair, not to pinpoint anyone. Or blonde hair.
You can dye that shit.
Or what if they had a really unfortunate mole? Let's go with something different than hair color. Can you get past that?
Yeah, no, you can. Totally.
Yeah.
I can't even elaborate on that.
Yeah.
Really. I just like people, and people have great personalities, and everybody looks different anyways. Right?
Well, sometimes there are people who are really hot, but when you meet them and actually talk to them, they're not so hot.
Her personality totally changes the way a person looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Especially
Okay, so
between women. It's such a huge factor between women.
Yeah.
Like, women relationship is so based on emotion. It's all emotional. So yeah, you can have like a physical attraction to somebody, but if there's not an emotional connection because you're not like attracted to their personality, there's nothing that's going to go on there.
Fair enough. So, branching off of that, do you have a type?
Sorry?
Do you have a type?
Women.
I think that says it all.
Comment on it? Oh, I really like androgynous folks,
Just
like in the
anyone else?
middle of the spectrum.
Middle of the spectrum?
Like,
She-male?
like, feminine women or masculine.
Yeah.
Wait, no, sorry, feminine men or masculine.
Masculine, yeah.
Feminine women. I like the girly girl.
Yeah, me too. Are you a girly girl?
By appearance, maybe, but no.
Hard
Such a
femme.
dude.
Hard femme.
Hard fat.
Hard femme. Oh, yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, okay, so if we're going in those terms, I would be like the hard femme, and I like the lipstick lesbian. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
Feminist heart femme, what does that mean? Sorry to be...
It's like you're
Well, I'm not like
Just wanna
super
keep
butch, but like
Okay.
I'm not.
You're like a
Super feminine.
Michelle Rodriguez type, right?
Yeah.
She's a
Totally.
Like her, yeah.
Totally.
Good. Anyone else want to comment on that?
I don't know what you call it. My girlfriend's in the room, so.
Where is she? Where's your girlfriend?
Stand up.
Can you
Where
stand
is
up?
she?
I want to say hi. That was a great answer for that. Okay, so what do you count as cheating?
Why is my girlfriend was in there?
Anyone?
Kissing and beyond.
Yeah?
Kissing and beyond?
Yeah, you can flirt. Flirting's fine. It's fun. Keeps your skills sharp.
Yeah.
But
That's But like,
yeah, kissing beyond.
Kissing and beyond for me too.
So kissing is cheating.
yeah, it is.
What if you don't remember it? This is what I
Your girlfriend is in this room.
My ex didn't remember, and then I was like,
But
Then you can't blame her.
I don't...
Yeah, you can't blame her.
that's tricky.
Really, though?
You can use that
That's
as an excuse, maybe.
Kissing somebody who isn't their direct friend, I would say, maybe.
Is alcohol ever like a good excuse? No.
No.
Preach.
No.
But it's a factor. It's a total factor.
But like if your girlfriend was like, I kissed someone last night, but I don't remember, but I saw like someone.
I'd be like, no, it's okay. I probably did too.
So you would say that if you have like a ground rule for cheating and like kissing's okay, then it's fine.
I was like, if you can do it, I can do it then.
All right.
Right?
Okay.
So as long as there's some sort of common ground. But I have a question for you guys. Like, what? I've heard emotional cheating.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
what
totally.
the hell is that? It's like I'm telling someone else a secret, but I'm not telling you a secret. Is that what that is? I don't know. Like, what's emotional cheating?
I think that's even harder with women because you have, technically we become close friends with other women, but then how do you know when it's gone into the realm of emotional cheating versus a close friend? Like, when it's with another lesbian or something? Like, that's tricky.
When you're thinking about that other person while you're having sex with your girlfriend, maybe.
That's a bad sign.
Probably.
Well, like, I navigate open ocean relationships. So for me, it's like you have really in-depth conversations about what is or is not okay within the bounds of your relationship. And like that could mean, like for some people, that could mean anything physical is okay, but if you feel like an emotional connection to someone else, it's in your own jurisdiction to, figure out your boundaries and just being really honest all the time. And that's the best way, like in my relationships, to avoid cheating is just being really honest all the time.
Well said. Very well said. Good job, Jazmin. Okay, so let's rewind a little bit. Was your first sexual experience with a male or a female?
Can I go first?
Myself. Blaire, take
I
it
feel
away.
like I haven't had a lot of a chance to talk, and I kind of want to talk.
Sorry, Blaire.
Okay, my first sexual experience with a woman, because I was having sexual intercourse with men beforehand, was in a threesome with 2 coworkers at a restaurant that I worked at in Calgary. And we stole a bottle of Grey Goose from the restaurant and went home and proceeded to have a 3-way sexual intercourse. And
It's not gay, it's in a 3-way.
after that, I missed that. You said what about me? What?
It's not gay, it's in a 3-way.
Oh, no, it wasn't gay, and I at that time was like kind of confused, didn't really know what I wanted. And then after that I was like, oh shit, I'm so gay. Like I had no interest in the dude at all, and then, well, that caused drama. But anyway, that was my first sexual encounter with a woman. Other than like kissing, but whatever, yeah.
Was anyone's first sexual experience with a woman, not with a man?
My first one was in grade 8 with a girl who may or may not be in this room.
Oh.
Are you here?
Nice.
Present yourself.
Yeah, I'm not putting her out though, at all.
Wait.
Stand up.
Sexual experience, what do you count as that? Like in grade 8? I don't know, like, I mean, I know some people.
It went beyond kissing, but it didn't go as far as sex.
Okay.
Oh my god, I was so innocent in grade 8.
Yeah, same. I think I still collected like Beanie Babies or something.
Totally! Oh my god.
Like
Beanie Babies.
Barbies? I don't know.
No, not Barbies.
Me neither.
Never.
No.
Wait, I had like the 2 Barbies have sex. Like,
No.
And they have
Oh my
done that.
Are there any gold star lesbians here?
Raise your hand.
Show of hands.
Yeah!
My girlfriend's a gold star.
Your girlfriend. Those that don't know, what's a gold star? A gold star lesbian is a lesbian who has never had sex with a guy. So that would
And
be
likewise for gay men as well.
yeah.
Gold star.
So that. So that would be me, and the first girl.
I like something new about you.
Yeah. And the first girl I slept with was actually a really, really good friend of mine still, and she's right there. I never disclosed that information to Blaire.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
Good
Yeah.
work, honey.
I saw her like cover her face when the question came up. She's like, I'm gonna go over there now.
You brought your first?
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Okay, so are you guys still really good friends?
Yeah. She's probably
here.
one of my best friends.
Would you say that having that experience made your relationship stronger? Like you feel comfortable that it was with someone that you're really close with?
Like, would I feel
Is that
comfortable
okay?
if I was naked around her? Probably. Yeah.
Are we naked all the time?
What? She said, are we naked all the time? No. No.
Okay, are we ready to move on? Alright, so do you tend to date older or younger women?
Older.
Older.
Is there a reason?
Well, everybody, I don't know. Like everybody thinks I'm older than I am. I think I just have an older mind space that my life occupies.
Yeah.
Older? Younger?
Older. Younger's been a disaster, so I'm staying away from the younger. Anybody like 19, anyone around there is not good.
Well, screw you. I'm just kidding.
You have a girlfriend.
I know.
Like,
Older for me as well.
older.
Yeah, older.
Yeah?
Yeah. But my girlfriend right now is younger than me. So whatever, I don't know. But I like gravitate, I don't know, all my friends are older. But dating tends to be either like around the same age or older.
Is that because of experience, maturity? Like, why do you find that?
Well, when I first came out, I started hanging out with girls who were older. So girls that I met through them were older, and then I guess girls who I just started dating were older.
Cool.
All right. A picture of me on the wall over there.
A little last minute, our bios, everyone. Check those
I
out.
just want to point out that I'm 18 in that picture.
Nice.
Hey guys, come to
Really
this
old.
event that's happening right now. We're gonna take him down in like an hour.
I wanna go to Australia.
Andrew Forgione, our president, everyone. Thank you.
It fell
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. What lesbian stereotype annoys you the most? So we talked about lipstick lesbians, and that was brought up in Gold Star kind of stuff. All those labels and stuff. What bothers you about them?
I think there's a lot of stereotypes out there that basically that we don't have sex.
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
Like sex in the way that society thinks.
People don't
like,
count it as sex. They
Yeah.
count it as
Like
all
just the
fooling
assumption.
around or that it's
Yeah.
missing something.
Basically, she's saying you don't need penetration to have sex.
Well,
Amen.
penile penetration.
There we have it.
like what other stereotypes? Like which one of you is the guy? Right. It's like who's the guy in the relationship?
Oh.
No.
That often comes up and it's not
Yeah.
true. There doesn't need to be a guy and a girl in that relationship.
I agree.
I just feel bad for all the girls that haven't been with other girls. Because
You're missing
they
out.
just don't know they don't know what they can experience. They don't know where it's at.
Put it this way, a girl
So much better.
knows what's on her body and what feels good.
Exactly.
Right? So she knows what feels good on another girl.
You know where it is. You know where
right?
it is. You just know where it is. You know what to do.
That's about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh dear. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm fine. It's just that I agree. Like I just
Coffee is
I don't know. Say it. I
Oh.
said it. All right. So next question: what trait or traits can your partner absolutely not have? And then we're gonna turn around and say what trait do they absolutely have. So let's start with absolutely not have traits.
Capitalist.
Is that the first one? Like, are you a capitalist?
No. Yeah, no, I've totally just like cut off dates on the spot when I realized.
Is that a question that comes up? Like, oh, what do you do for a living? Are you a capitalist? Like, are
No,
you
it's like I remember once being on a date and like wanting to buy a Kit Kat bar. I'm like, oh, I really want chocolate right now, but Nestle is such a bad company and I don't want to support them. And the person was like, well, like they're just gonna make money anyways, and everybody's a capitalist, so it doesn't matter. I was like, you can go home now.
Yeah, on that note, I would just say I could not be with an overall cynic, though. I need someone who's happy with something.
Okay, I'm gonna be really general with this, but intellect is a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
Because my most recent ex, it was like, we couldn't have a conversation, you know?
Are you
And
talking about the one that I know?
no.
Okay.
I don't know. No, not her. No.
Small community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no.
That's what I'm saying.
Intellect's a huge thing, and also most undesired quality is somebody who's aggressive. Because I also have had that, and that's not cool. Because I'm not aggressive.
I was gonna ask that.
Kind of aggressive that turns into physical.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Cool.
No.
You want to be able to have a conversation with the person. You want to have things in common for me. Things in common are really important. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, so I went to this sporting event, and they'll be like, I hate sports. It just doesn't work.
Do you think that even if you didn't have something in common with someone, do you think that it'd be important to at least not like act like you are, but just like to
No, I mean, you don't need to have something in common with me, but as long as you can hold
Appreciate
a
it?
conversation or appreciate it,
Okay.
it's important. But if you're like, I hate sports, it makes, right away, that day's like, damn, when can I leave? You like look at your watch. Is it appropriate?
But sometimes there's people that you can have amazing conversations with, but like the sexual attractiveness component is just not there. And it's kind of like, oh, I like them, so we have so much in common, but it's like,
I can't see myself getting in your pants.
I didn't say that. You implied it. No, whatever.
Brittany?
Somebody who's condescending. I absolutely cannot be with somebody who puts other people down or just judges other people like if they don't even know them. That is a complete turn off for me. Absolutely. And what's the must-have? We got a little bit from Blaire, but what's the must-have?
Oh my god, humor. Like, I make a joke out of almost everything. So, somebody who can make me laugh, like, absolutely has my heart, for sure. Val?
Humor is huge for sure. But somebody who's comfortable with themselves. Definitely comfortable with yourself. Because if you're not comfortable with yourself, it's going to be hard to hold a conversation, A, and B, it's going to make bedroom interactions really awkward.
Would you say that, like, comfortable also with sexuality? Like, someone who,
Yeah.
like, if you're dating someone who's dating a girl for the first time and they're very uncomfortable, do you find that?
It makes it harder.
Yeah.
It does make it, but like obviously that's something you can get over
Yeah.
if it's like you're dating a girl and they haven't done it, but you know they want to. It's harder, but like if someone's not comfortable with like, oh, I don't touch myself, but I'm a lesbian. It's like
That's all lies. Whoever says that, I don't give a shit what anybody says.
Not necessarily.
Straight, gay, lesbian, anyone who says that is lying. Yourself
Don't
to
pretend like you
Ryan.
don't. That's something I don't get.
What? What?
If you, I'm just saying, I'm sorry. Really grinds my gears.
Stay on
Stay
topic.
on topic, please.
Stay on topic.
We'll get to that. Okay, anything else to add other than intellect, Blaire?
Okay, well, intellect. Okay. I already went through that.
Great one.
This is kind of like, maybe catty is the wrong word, but I'm really like teeth. Teeth are a big issue. Like, a snaggle tooth isn't cool. I like teeth.
Can you tell if somebody's had braces or not?
Well, I've had braces.
Oh,
so
okay,
can you
well-
tell? It was like 8 years ago.
Yeah, I had
Can you tell?
braces too.
Yeah. Well, they kind of moved, but
You wore a retainer at night?
I didn't wear it. I was like 13 and I was like,
Kelly.
Teeth.
Doesn't have a routine.
Oral hygiene. Hygiene in general, actually. That's a good
not
point.
done.
Hygiene in general is a really, a big component. Hygiene.
Kelly.
I have to echo that intellectual connection. Like we have to have a good like hour and a half conversation where it feels like 2 minutes. You know?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I feel like I'm realizing right now that I require a lot. Yeah, I
Ooh, that's exciting.
no, you're right. No, you're all right.
Such high standards.
I think my big one's honesty. Actually,
That's hard.
yeah. But like all the other things too, really. It's really picky.
I need the perfect woman. Where is she? Yes. Honestly,
Mila Kunis.
kind of
okay, hold on. Can we just go back to Selena Gomez for a second?
No, she's like 18.
Okay,
Get over it.
yeah, she's 18, exactly.
Selena Gomez
So
lookalike.
by 25, she's gonna be
Anyone
unreal. So
looks like
wait.
Selena Gomez at the back to meet Brittany later?
Selena Gomez and I have the same birthday.
Oh my god.
I Wikipedia'd.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll come to Stratford with Justin and you can find her there.
Justin's gonna be very sad after
Okay, going back
You
to...
can't be anybody's boyfriend.
Okay, going back to some of the stereotypes. Are all lesbians feminists?
No.
No. Absolutely not.
I mean, no. Not necessarily.
we all support women's issues, obviously, because they like directly affect us. For me personally, I know it's different for other people, but like, yeah, I support women's issues, but I don't need to like be gung ho. Like,
And I guess we're talking about like what we define as a feminist, because I'm pretty sure everyone in this room is a feminist if you just go back to equal rights and...
I was gonna say like feminism is subjective, right? So it's like what you yourself define as being a feminist is different for everybody. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ladies?
I don't know. I think that, yeah, I mean, definitely not all lesbians are feminists or queer women are feminists, but I feel like there's a lot of ties between sexism and homophobia that sometimes we overlook. Like, I think it's important to look at them, and I think people can be feminists in a lot of different ways that the mainstream media doesn't really portray very well. So, they're not, but I think queer women and feminists have a lot more in common than we realize sometimes.
Fair enough. Anything to add? Let it go. Let it all out.
Well, like, my primary identity is as a feminist, like beyond it, before anything else.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think there are a lot of really important overlaps that influence like me as a queer woman and a feminist, but people are only feminists when they choose to identify as a feminist, right? So even if they do like things that could be like seen in the feminist community, like not, I think people feel really uncomfortable identifying as feminists, actually. So.
Well, there's often very negative connotations. I don't know how those arise, but there is for feminists, and that's very unfortunate.
It's like even not even negative, but like just generalizations with being a feminist. Sort of people sort of expect you to subscribe to a certain.
There's a lot of stereotypes about feminists that are the same about lesbians. Like,
absolutely.
You hate men and you're, you know.
It's like, oh, if you're a feminist, you're a lesbian, or if you're a lesbian, you're a feminist.
Yeah.
That's not how it goes.
No.
And men can be feminists.
True facts.
Yeah, it is true. Yes.
Okay.
Men can be feminists too, is that what you said?
Okay.
Yeah. I have 3 brothers, and they're all feminists.
Okay, so can you tell us your coming out story?
I never came out.
No?
I just kind of always acted like the way I wanted to and never, like when I started having sex with women, my friends were like, are you like a lesbian now? I'm like, I don't know, she's just really hot and we had a sleepover, it was cool. I don't come with my parents because when I was a kid I could keep having girl sleepover, right?
So I guess that comes back to like the idea of defining it, right? So I guess if you never actually came out, how do you handle those questions from other friends or family when they ask you, are you lesbian, and asking you to define it?
That's only ever happened to me once, actually, and I don't really remember. I was really upset at the moment and gave a really highly theoretical reply about what it is to be a lesbian and like what is sex and all this stuff. I don't even remember.
Do you think it's important to come out? Would you say, do you think that you wish that you did? Like, I know a lot of people just put up pictures on Facebook and just say this is me and this is what I'm identifying with. Do you wish that you had a coming out, or is it not really that important?
I know it's really important for some people. That's a really huge identifying breakthrough moment for them. But I feel really privileged for never having come out, never having to go through potentially uncomfortable conversations with my family and stuff. But I feel really lucky and glad for my own life that that's how that panned out. And it seems like a scary experience actually that I've never had.
I'm old. I came out 10 years ago. So that feels really old. I'll just be honest, I came out sitting in a tent listening to Melissa Etheridge. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was listening to Melissa Etheridge and I came out to myself. To myself when I realized, it was like a moment where I was like, huh.
This is going to come off really ignorant.
I was 17.
I'm sorry if this is ignorant, but would you say coming out is, by definition, coming out to other people or to yourself? Or is there two...
Oh, you do it every day?
Oh, okay.
It's constant.
Yeah.
I'm coming out right now.
That's actually a really good point.
I'm out.
Is it coming out when you realize yourself, or is it when you tell someone and then it's I'm coming out right now?
No, can we move on towards me now? Yeah? Is that okay, Kelly? Okay. No, that's a really good point, because for me, I didn't get to this earlier, but I came out while at Western.
Okay.
And it was this year and a half long transition that was pretty rough. And it was kind of the initial stages were oh, yeah, maybe I'm gay, I don't know. I made out with my friend and that was fun. And it took about 6 to 8 months until I was for sure being okay, this is actually how I want to identify, this is what I want to do. And then there's the whole next step of being going towards your family and being I'm gay. So it's definitely the progression and actually 2 whole different stages to identify with yourself and then be able to identify with other people, outwards to other people that.
Yeah, I came out to my parents 4 months after that. I didn't intend.
Pretty quick.
Me and Melissa.
Me and Mel.
It was definitely friends first for me.
Yeah.
When I came out, I actually came out because I was with a girl. So it was a lot easier that way because we had each other to lean on. And up until that point, like I had had a lot of experiences, but it was just like, no, like it's probably a phase, like I'm not gay, like yeah, I have fun, like whatever. And then like I was with this girl, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm so gay. Like there was just no way around it. And so it was friends and then family, and it's hard, but like you get over it. It gets easier. It gets better, as Dan Savage would say.
It gets better.
It's better. I was 18 or 19 and I was working at a restaurant, and it was a chain restaurant, and we had a manager who sort of was at my chain and another location where my cousin worked. So at my location, I was out and I was open with everybody, but my cousin at the other location was not. So he sort of blurted out to my cousin in a sort of derogatory way, like, oh, you know, Brittany's a fucking lesbian, blah, blah, blah. And then she went home to her mom. Her mom went to my mom and told her what happened. And without me even knowing, my mom went to my work. Didn't even know that I was actually gay at this point, but I'm sure she probably knew because it was obvious. Yeah, she went and spoke to this guy and basically, you know, put him in his place. And then she came home to me, and I remember I was on my laptop, probably on Facebook or whatever, and I was typing, and she came over and I saw her in like my peripheral, and she sat down. She's like, we need to talk. I was like, oh my god, she's gonna ask me if I'm fucking lesbian. Like I already knew. So she sat down and she's like, are you gay? And I'm like writing on my friend's wall. I'm like, yep. She's like, okay. And she got up and walked out. And I was like, holy shit. I was like, I just came out to my mom. And that's how I came out to my mom. And from that day forward, like she has been like my #1 supporter for everything, like going through Girlfriends, whatever, blah, 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 like the show. She was like, oh, she's like, yeah, cool, I watched it, and whatever. And she's like, you looked pretty. That's it.
I just had a question about who the hardest person wants to come up to, because I know that a lot of families, it can be really hard to come up to your family or maybe like your best friend. Like, was there someone that was the hardest to come out to?
I would probably say my dad, because I'm actually not out to him yet. Yeah, like girls I've dated in the past have been like, you should come out to your dad, and I was like, I know. So it's something it's still in the works for me, and I think there's something still in the works for everybody, like, you know, to sort of, whether it's something they want to work on themselves or someone they want to come out to. So that's my goal in the near future.
Okay, anybody else?
My mom.
The hardest person? Yeah?
The hardest person was my mom because I knew what her reaction would be like. Because, I don't know, moms are just really hard because it's like their baby girl.
Yeah.
So they have such, like, these ideas. And they protect them so much from everyday life, especially guys to a certain point.
You said you're from a family of 5, right?
Yeah.
What are your siblings? Boys, girls?
3 boys and 1 sister.
So there are 3 boys, 2 girls. Okay.
Yeah, 3 boys, 2 girls.
Any other one?
Okay.
Any other ones?
I'm the only gay one. Yeah, I'm the only gay.
I have 3 brothers, so like coming out to my mom I was like, oh shit. I'm sorry, but no, I'm not, because this is, yeah.
Mom's the hardest, but my mom came around, like, my 19th, all went to a gay bar. So, yeah.
She went
Well, we
with
went to
you?
go see a drag queen show.
Where?
Cruise and Tangos, no.
Oh, okay.
Toronto.
Nothing big.
Yeah, who knows Cruise and Tangos in Toronto? Yeah.
All right, anyone over here? Hardest person?
It's just my parents, same thing.
So family is a...
Yeah.
I would never come out to my grandfather, and he's like, he passed away this year, so I don't have to worry about it. Like, it's
not
really bad. No, what I meant, but like, yeah, I would never have.
Okay. Oh, sorry. I just asked Leah if I could address a question towards just Brittany and I, actually, because Britt and I are both Jewish, and that actually posed a really big issue when I came out, and I can tell my story about that, and maybe if you have something relative, you can say something about that too. So this is oh no, you have nothing? Okay.
I've got
nothing.
That's
Okay.
actually
Well, this is
something
relative to the last question, like who was the hardest person to come out to, and I thought it wouldn't have been my mom, because my mom and I are like best friends, essentially. Like my mom and I used to watch The L Word, and she'd be like, "Oh, don't you become a lesbian," you know? And then sure enough, I did. And I don't attribute it to The L Word, but it was encouragement. But when I came out to my family, like they were amazing. My brother was like, "Oh yeah, that's cool, whatever." And my dad was like, "Okay, whatever." And my mom, like I have a particularly rough Jewish background. Like both of my mom's parents are Holocaust survivors, so she has that very inherent tie to that. And when I came out to her, it was like, it wasn't even that I was telling her I was gay, it just turned into this whole other thing where she was so upset, thinking like, "Oh, the Jewish race is dying, and how are we going to survive if you're not going to marry and have kids?" And she put like all of this shit on me, and it was unbelievable. I had never expected it from her, because she's such an amazing and open woman, and like my parents have several gay friends, and they're very, very open and comfortable with it. But when it actually came into the family and realizing that there's a possibility that I might not, continue our whatever race, as she said, that posed a problem. And her and I didn't talk for like 6 months. It was bad, but now she's okay. She likes me now. So.
I don't know, I've heard a lot of my friends have had the same sort of like, how are you going to have kids? But I mean, there are other ways. And I mean, have you ever talked to her about that also? Like, I mean, It's a weird conversation to talk to your mom
I
about,
think
but
with parents, it's really much like, you take so long to discover yourself.
Yeah.
And to figure out, okay, I'm gay. Like, this is me. And parents need to go through that process too. Like, for their entire life, they went through the idea, oh, like, she or he's going to marry whatever, like the heterosexual normatives, basically. And then, so they have to come to terms with that fact too. So they do need the time. And it's hard for you because it took you so long to get there, and you just really want their support. But at the same time, like, you'll have to understand, like, although they are supportive of you and they're okay with gays, hopefully I know that's not always the case. But even so, like, you have to give them that time to be like, okay, I love my child, I want them to be happy if this is the way, yes. But like, they have to change their views on what makes you happy now.
Okay, just taking a quick pause for a second. We want to get some audience input, so we are going to open up the floor to questions via the mic at the end. But if you want to give a question anonymously, you can tweet, social media, what up? Tweet your question with the hashtag 2G5GUWO. We'll find it, we'll bring the question up here and get the ladies to answer it. So think about that if you want to tweet a question, but remember there will be opportunity for you to come up here and ask it yourself. So let's switch gears a little bit and move into some topics of the bedroom. Do you and your partner use sex toys?
Yep.
Yep. And
Well, I don't have one, but when? Yeah.
and like what?
like what I
strap-ons, handcuffs, like you want it alphabetic?
Handcuffs. Yeah.
Well, no,
That's a big one.
To be completely honest with you, the girl that I'm with now, we haven't used anything yet, and
Do you have a preference? Like, do you prefer when it's just you and her? Or?
I prefer not to use anything.
Right.
And probably 95% of the times that I've been with women, I haven't used anything.
Right.
I mean, there's the sort of when you're with someone for, oh, hold on, Nicole's.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, no, go ahead.
Oh, here, hey.
There you go.
The top 10 questions that get tweeted will get a free tank top.
Ooh, developments.
And they're nice. Just so you know.
We're all wearing them.
I think this is, sorry, just because we're on the topic. They're $10. They're beautiful. I like them. Does anyone want to stand?
Really comfortable.
Stand model. Love
There
is
you go.
love.
Love is love.
Yep. They have logos on the back and stuff. They're $10 at the back. So we'll continue sex toys.
Okay, so for me, the girl I'm with right now as well doesn't like using them. We haven't used them yet. We unintentionally used handcuff once, but that was because we were like, we were at a party. It was the handcuff party, so.
I intentionally use handcuffs
What
at a
is
handcuff
this?
party.
Okay, I've never heard of this. You put the key at the bottom of a 2-6, and you're handcuffed to somebody, and you can't get the key until the 2-6 is done. We didn't finish the 2-6, so.
You can't get the key when the 2-6 is done.
So instead of finishing the 2-6, you guys just had sex.
So you cheat.
Is that cool? Where was this party?
What is
It was actually.
You guys had a party?
Is this a popular?
What?
And it's because so we haven't actually.
I wasn't aware of. I don't. Oh, okay. Sorry, that caught me off guard.
Okay.
So handcuff parties are popular. Okay.
They're fun. They're fun.
Oh, Halloween.
I was the only one that was actually with a girl. Everybody else was like with their heterosexual whateverness. But yeah, so I don't usually use them with the girlfriend I'm with, but with my ex, she loved them. I don't personally like them, so I never use them on myself. But like my ex loved them.
Are there either you or do you know of other women who are against using them, who don't like feel that that's appropriate to use a strap-on, that it's just about the two of you, that it's bringing in like a man into the relationship? Like, do people?
No, I think
feel that
that's
way?
more of a heterosexual conception. That,
Right.
oh, it's like replacing the male penis with a different penis, but I don't think it's like that at all.
Plastic, purple
Yeah.
penis is not.
Silicone.
Are the majority of them purple? Mine was purple. Mine was purple too. Well.
With sparkle.
Oh wow.
Vibrates.
Maybe those are just like the kind of cheaper ones. Like I don't know.
Like Blair's sneaking into somebody's bedroom.
I think between women though, if it's gonna be used, it's just because that's what the person wants. Like between women, well, I don't know. But I find like you want to please your partner sexually, and you want to be pleased sexually, and whatever method that is that gets them off is what you're gonna use or what you're gonna do.
Personally, it's a thing that happens normally very intoxicated and not on other terms.
Yeah, that's
But
what
it's-
I've heard from my lesbian friends, that it's more of something they do.
Yeah.
It's just like, it actually
And that makes
doesn't
it
feel
so much
as
more
good
fun.
with it. It's just kind of like a fun, kinky thing to do.
Yeah, it's not intimate or romantic,
That
really.
was my question.
Yeah.
Do you find it intimate, like more intimate when it's just like
No.
the two of you together,
It's
as
a good
opposed to
workout.
using something?
The person wearing it doesn't get that much.
It's fantastic, actually.
The person wearing it doesn't get like that much pleasure. Like you can put it on those
Yeah.
pleasurable parts,
No, not at all.
but like
Okay.
you're still like, yeah, I still need to get off.
Yeah.
Okay, switcheroo. So whether with or without a sex toy, describe your last sexual experience. Who wants to go first? As comfortable as you are with explaining it.
I had sex for breakfast today.
And was it delicious?
I actually thought about it like right after. I was like, oh, I bet this is gonna come up tonight. Like I bet they're gonna ask, and it's gonna be silly. I don't know.
Kelly?
Oh, you know, it was very loving and beautiful.
Girlfriend in the room? Okay. Next. Blaire?
Okay. I don't have a girlfriend or somebody that I'm seeing right now. So my last sexual encounter was very drunk and kind of fucked up, but it was my best friend, and she'd be really mad if I was saying anything right now. But yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I just kind of end up drunkenly fooling around with my friends. That's a really bad thing, and I need to stop doing it.
Sex with friends is great.
Why?
How can you ruin a friendship with sex?
No, you can't. For her and I, it was fine. We were like, yeah, whatever, it happened, and it was fine. But she's kind of like seeing somebody, so.
You're like the other girl.
And I don't think she's here.
She is here, she's not here.
I don't know. I don't see her, and I'm not
Well,
gonna
what's
say
her name?
Next person.
Val, I'm kidding.
Well, we had to change the bed sheets. Basically,
Good for you.
there's just so much wetness. Like it's women, like
Juice.
pardon? Juice. Women, juice. The bed sheets were needed to be changed twice.
You saw having sex
Just paddles.
We changed the bed sheet and we thought we were done. So like we're like, yeah, let's go to sleep. And then like we woke up and we're like, can't go to sleep. And so we had to change them twice.
Wetness is in.
Pardon?
Wetness is in.
As in coming and like.
What do you mean? Sweat. No, sweat. So much.
Wetness, I don't know. Like.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, you sweat, like, just
That's not what I meant.
normal
Okay,
sex.
okay.
I mean, like, it's worse.
It is a valid question.
Crack a window.
Well, yeah, but, like, a woman comes and
Spilled water everywhere. It was so weird.
squirt, waterfall, wetness, you know.
Women do ejaculate.
No, I mean like, no.
Puddles.
Brittany! Yes. So we describe
Our last sexual encounter.
The reason I said that was because I know that I watched your episode.
Yeah.
And you described a sexual encounter in which it wasn't that, but it was something else.
Are you talking about bloody murder?
Yes!
Okay.
You all get it now. Do you see? If you want to tell a story, it's cool. It's a good one.
What did you call it? Bloody
Bloody murder.
Bloody
Murder.
There was a picture too. Was
Yeah,
it
I
drawing?
drew a picture. I'm a
Good.
terrible artist. So,
That's what I was talking about.
yeah.
Okay.
It was basically, I was in bed with this girl and I was on my period and she really did not care. And at the same time we were going at it, it was kind of rough and she ended up getting a nosebleed at the same time that I was bleeding in her bed, and it was, it looked like a Dexter-ish sort of, yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Looking at Twitter?
Yeah, we're gonna take a Twitter question. Woo! Thank you, audience members. Okay. What? Do you want to take a break?
We have a 1 minute.
We're gonna take a 5-minute break, a pee break, and then we'll get to the Twitter questions. So
Yeah.
shake it out, and we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, before we get to the Twitter questions, we're gonna play one of the games that they play on the MTV show, and Leah's gonna tell you it.
This is my favorite one. Okay, so it's called On Your Left. So, okay. All right, so if you got to ask the person on your left to put on any costume or dress in any particular way, what would it be? Let's start over here. Yes.
I thought first I thought you were gonna tell us to draw something. And I was like, crap. Okay. To dress in anything?
Any costume?
Any costume?
Yes.
Just not gonna look at you. It might get awkward. Anything.
Any costume. All I can think of right
Doesn't
now
have to be
is
sexual.
something where you can be like completely humiliated in would be like a Leafs jersey or something. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a
know.
little because I'm a Habs fan.
Are you really?
Hardcore Habs fan.
Okay. Well, there you go. I'm gonna put you in a Leafs jersey and push you out in the center of Young and Bloor or something.
I get like beat.
Yeah.
Val?
Naked.
Oh.
I said that was gonna be my response earlier.
What? You were thinking about this earlier? You have a girlfriend.
I know. bartender at so many places. I'd like dress you in like
Bartender outfit?
I don't know.
Dominatrix.
Yeah. Yes.
Blaire the
Dominatrix.
dominatrix.
Leather whips, maybe those like super high. Like
I did that for Halloween at Lavish. I was like dressed in tights and like it was like I don't even know what it was. It was from the store that's attached to Solid Gold, so all the strippers go buy their stuff there. So I went and got my costume there, and it was like a secret agent costume. And I actually didn't make a lot of money. People didn't really like it. Anyway.
Okay, Blaire, you're up.
The outfit I was wearing on Halloween. No, I'm kidding. Something like burlesque or something like that. You know, lingerie, perhaps with frills and stuff.
Are you describing Leah or Kelly?
Oh, I was describing Leah.
Wow.
Oh, because I
happen to have one of those at home.
Okay.
So that was me.
Yeah, that was Leah.
All right.
Cool.
Well, I guess we're playing. So Sophie, I would probably, I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this.
But that's how it works.
I don't know. I feel like this would be. I'm not prepared. Probably a mascot of a school that doesn't like Western. So I would protect you because that'd be awful.
Who is Western's rival?
I don't know, who is our
Do you guys have like a rival?
Obviously.
Who?
Queens.
Well, we have that rhyme that's like if
Is
you.
that in St. Catherine's? Where is that?
Queens?
Kingston.
It's in Kingston.
It's Kingston.
Oh. Oh, I'm thinking of Brock. Crap.
Is Brock in
Allison.
St. Catherine's?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes,
Oh,
it
okay.
is.
Or yeah, I think that's.
Brock isn't there.
I think that's it. That's all I got.
Georgian College.
Okay. Well, I think I'm just inspired by the bandana, but like, I'm thinking like a cowgirl. It's just because it's right there. It's okay. Okay, cowboy.
I know what you want.
Okay, yeah, cowboy. Well, I mean, whatever. Yeah, definitely cow something. Whatever you want to be. Okay, you're up.
Jazmin. You're such a raging capitalist. I think you make the sexiest Donald Trump.
Is that her?
You can do it.
You're fired.
I don't know. I haven't really known Brittany since before today. But I've never seen a furry.
A what?
A furry? Like folks that dress up in big fuzzy animal costumes as like
Okay.
There's a good CSI episode about this if you're familiar.
I've
She would
seen it
totally be a
actually.
rabbit.
The animals rub on each other.
Yeah, I like
I've
it.
seen that episode.
Rabbit.
Totally.
Should be the Hanukkah rabbit.
Okay, to the Twitter. Our first tweet was, do you find genital piercings attractive or weird? What are your thoughts and feelings?
I've never seen one.
I've never seen one either.
Never seen
we can all go backstage after if you folks like.
Personally, like, you want to pierce anything on your body, that's fine. There's no judgment here.
I've never been with anybody who's had one. I'm like, whatever, if you have one, it's cool. I think it'd be interesting. It'd definitely be interesting the first time, like, you go down on the girl and you're like, oh!
Hey.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. If you got it, it's because you wanted it, and so you just work with it.
It would definitely throw a wrench in my moves, I think. I don't know. It'd be different.
Game changer.
Okay, I don't know if this is too out of line or anything, but okay, I don't have many piercings, but I do know from being with people that do have like nose piercings that they kind of smell funny, you know? They kind of sometimes, if you don't clean it properly, they smell funny. So like, would it smell funny? You know? That wouldn't be cool.
Ladies who have them,
Well,
it
you
made
can't
sense?
smell yourself, so.
Well, I think that there's a distinct
Well, you're-
smell slash.
It's probably because you're down there.
I was gonna say, like,
Like, I have a belly button ring and it kind of smells funny. I thought it was all belly buttons, but it's just my ring. So, I don't know. Piercings smell funny.
Has anyone ever told you that your piercings smell funny?
No.
I've never done that. Sorry for bringing that up.
Jazmin just
Yeah.
smells funny. She has dreads already.
Yeah.
You can smell it from here.
Okay, so which one? All right. Do you prefer bras on or off during sex?
Off.
Bracket off.
Always off.
I know a girl whose girlfriend will not take off her bra. And she's like,
We feel passionate about this.
yeah, she don't.
She did write though. They did write bracket for fun cleavage times would be when the bra's on.
That's foreplay.
And she's like pants down.
When it's time for sex, you want to have that personally, I want to have that body-on-body contact. I know a girl whose girlfriend does not remove her bra. And she said when she does, like,
She's not really gay.
Those are
She
weird like
says when
that.
she does, when her girlfriend finally does remove it, it's like her birthday. Because she's like so happy. She's like, fuck, do it all the time, but she doesn't.
If somebody's not taking it off, I will take it off myself. It needs to come off.
You don't usually take it off yourself, you let them do it.
If they don't do it fast enough, it's like the first thing. It's like, okay.
No, you go to the lingerie stores and you just go behind and you practice doing the one hand on like the back of the girls.
There's like an order: shirt, bra, pants, la la la.
Ladies over here.
I prefer women who never wear bras, actually.
Perfect.
Yeah. Kelly.
Same. Never on and preferably always off.
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
All I heard was
I want to hear that. I want to hear that, Brittany. Ladies,
did I say that on the mic?
a little bit of it. Soaking wet.
Not enough of it.
No, not elaborating.
Too inappropriate.
all right. Let's move on to the next question. Sorry, I'm bringing your head. Okay.
Yeah.
How do you feel when people use words like fag or dyke, queer? Like, are these? Do you identify with certain words? Are certain words offensive? I know that it's often a very personal thing, but just tell us a bit about how you feel about them. Maybe starting over here.
Sure. I think it's always a personal thing. Like, some people have reclaimed certain words, and like personally for me, I identify really strongly with the word queer, but I know for other people that's a really unsafe word. So it's really about personal permission to use certain words, and I would never use a word with someone that I didn't know they were okay with.
Kelly?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it all depends on who's saying it. Because, like, I don't know, I feel totally comfortable with dyke. Like, me and my friends like, oh, we're having dyke poker or dyke this, dyke that. Like, we're like, yeah, dyke!
So,
But if some, like, straight dude calls me a dyke, I might hit him. I'm just saying.
so it's like a word that's okay for
It's a
your
double
friends
standard.
to say. Yeah, so it's a double
It's an
standard.
empowering situation.
It's okay if it is.
Who and where and when. It's definitely
What
about
context
the
also.
situation.
Context.
Exactly.
Context is everything,
Context.
probably.
Like, I can be like, oh man, we're such big homos. And it's fine, but
And
it's
you
not,
said
it's like,
something like that to me
oh,
today.
yeah. On like my Facebook wall, just basically hashtags big homo.
And I kind of just like, because I mean, if
For
I
me, it's
said
fine, but
that,
like, if
it's
somebody was like,
different.
you are such a big homo, but said it in like a bad way, I'd be like, okay, I'm kind of offended by that, you know? Like, don't. But if it's my friends like, oh my god, you're so gay, I'm like, I know.
So double
It's
standard.
fine.
Yeah.
It totally depends on what they mean
Yeah,
by it.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Okay. What do you think?
Me? Oh, I agree with Kelly. Like, it's,
Yeah.
is this on?
Hello.
Okay, yeah. No, from, personally, I kind of have like a little joke with my friends because I used to work at the gay bar here in London. And I used to always kind of wear the same type of t-shirt, and I would call it my dyke work shirt. So, like, I'm very comfortable with the word dyke when it's used in my own context, but if somebody else was saying it towards me in any sort of derogatory way, it's obviously offensive. But with those words, like within my friend group, like dyke, fag, homo, like within our group where we all know about each other and know our own, like have our own understanding about each other, it's totally fine. But coming from somebody where you're not comfortable with them and you don't necessarily know them very well, it comes on as a threat or derogatory, and yeah.
Okay, Britt, do you agree?
Yes, I completely agree with that. I think a lot of times it comes from people who sort of have, if their intention is to be offensive, it obviously comes with negative connotations, and I think it's completely contingent on the circumstances where it's coming from, who it's coming from. So yeah, it depends if it's, from my best friend or if it's from a stranger.
Okay. So since I obviously was talking a lot about this before, I lost it. Oh. Have you ever been with a heavy squirter? And does it turn you on or off?
Puddles.
They actually wrote, does it make you proud of yourself?
Okay, no, that's a really good question because it should, but I haven't actually had it. But it should. You should be very proud.
Jazmin, have you?
I've never made anyone squirt, but I would be psyched. I'd feel like a champ.
Yeah.
So it turns
Totally.
Okay.
I'm gonna feel embarrassed saying this, but I'm the one that makes the mess. So
Change the sheets.
I'm embarrassed by it, but my girlfriend loves the fact that she's able to get me to that point. And so I know I should be more comfortable with the idea, I can get to that point, so it's awesome, but it's kind of a little embarrassing, but whatever. I can come super hard, maybe you can.
Anything else to add? Okay, maybe one last Twitter question and then we'll open up the floor to anyone else. But the last question we have here is, do you find that your friend group is predominantly lesbian?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Definitely. And kind of, we talked about this at the beginning, there's a really big community and everyone kind of knows everyone else's business. How do you find, how do you find that affects your life, and do you like that aspect of the lesbian culture, I'll say, or is it something that I don't know, how do you feel about it is what I mean?
I feel like all people have some sort of drama, and dyke drama is unique. It can be amusing, it can be really tough, but I don't know, there's something special about being surrounded by 14 dykes in your living room, and a lot of them slept together, let's be honest.
So incestuous.
Yeah.
Totally.
I know that, all of my friends who are lesbian, they all hang out, we all work together, so they all hang out together, and this person's been with this person, but they slept with that person behind that person's back, and it's intense. It's just they all know each other, but they've also all, been together. Is that something that you guys are familiar with?
Totally.
Yeah.
Kinda. Most of my lesbian communities back home in Toronto, my lesbian girls who are friends are back in Toronto. Here at Western, most of my friends are actually either heterosexual or gay males.
Okay, oh yeah, Brittany.
Oh, I was gonna say two sort of experiences I've had is the first where I was at one of my best friends' birthdays a couple weeks ago, and there were maybe 12 of us in the room, and my girlfriend asked me, she's like, so, what's the webs between you guys? And I was kind of like, well, I dated her, she slept with her, she had a fling with her, she dated her over there, and then they got together, and then she dated her sister, and then the web was ridiculous. And also, what's the other one? What?
Sorry. The chart.
Chart. I don't have a chart, but
No, I was joking. It was an L-word reference.
yeah, I know. All I can think of is Carmen right now.
Oh my god, is she here?
She's in the back.
I wish.
And also last night I went out to Zippers in Toronto, and I met this girl who knew my cousin. What the hell? I don't know. Yeah, she just, I don't know, I'm not going to go into detail, but she knew my cousin, and it was kind of awkward, but it was fun. Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we're going to open up the floor to any of you. If you want to come up, I'll throw a mic over there and ask a question. But before we do that, I want to remind everyone that to make a small donation, anything that could make a difference to the Pride Library is really appreciated. As well, please check out our shirts back there. They are $10. They're $10, and they're wicked cool. All of us have them, so be like us. And we also want to promote Pride Prom. It's tomorrow night. Lavish. It's going to be wicked. They're selling tickets at InfoSource, and it'd be amazing to see everyone out there. So if you haven't already, also, please connect with all of our groups on Facebook. We'd really love to have your support online. So whether it's Pride, Ally, GetREAL, show us your love. Love is love, and that's the end of that. So I'll open up the floor to everyone else. That's it for Leah and I, and we thank you all for coming. So I'll throw a mic up, and anyone who wants to ask questions, thank you.
Don't be shy. We have first person? Very with it. Just bend the mic down. Like, there you go. Awesome. I like your pants.
Oh, thank you. Okay, so this question is for these two ladies over here. Would you folks like to demonstrate proper fisting techniques? And I would like to see it too. Yes. I would like to see it.
Okay, well that's gonna be for later, but we can. You ready? 1, 2, 3.
So you duck lip for safety. You can't just punch it. Duck lip for safety. To fist? You duck lip? For safety.
I heard you would like go 2 fingers, 3 fingers, and then like get in there and then like kind of like do a twist.
I've heard that too.
Like I haven't heard the duck lip. I heard like you put the 3 fingers in. Like I've never done it, and I don't want it done to me. But I mean like that kind of thing. I don't know. Different methods for different girls.
Too sexual.
Like this one, it's like a high five.
The first 5 questions that get asked will get a free tank top. So.
Everybody get your butts up.
Free shit! Free shit!
Alright, hey guys. My question is, would you guys ever date a bisexual girl? Would you find that would be a little bit of a tension thing that they could look at girls and guys when you guys
Yeah.
Nah. I would date a bisexual. It's like if she's allowed to have her preference, I'm allowed to have mine. What's the problem? There's no problem. If you guys like each other, go for it. No big deal.
I've actually, my ex is bisexual, and it's fine, because if you're dating that person, they're dating you back. So they're dating you while you're dating them kind of thing. Like, you guys are together. So you're gay together. Her preference, when you're not together or before you was to be with a girl or a guy, whatever. But while you're together, like, I'm gay because I'm with this woman and she's gay with me while she's with me. But if we break up, then who cares? Or before me, who cares? Kind of thing. The issue just arises if they cheat on you with that guy, then you're just like, not cool. You might punch the guy in the face.
I don't know, in theory I totally agree with that, but when I did actually find myself kind of dating a bisexual, I was so surprised at how awkward I felt. I felt like I really needed to be more butch than I was, and I felt super awkward. Yeah, I wouldn't that way now, but I just was really surprised at myself, how I reacted to it, and kind of ashamed, I'll be honest, because it's not like that, it's exactly what they said, it doesn't matter who you're with, before or after, it's like they're with you in that moment, but I felt so awkward, I was like, oh, that was pathetic.
Yeah, love is love. I'm living with a male partner right now, and I totally forgot what I was going to say. I wish that there were no boundaries between those kinds of things, no solid rules. It just makes things so much more complicated. It makes everybody police each other and police themselves all the time. So it's just all free for all.
I agree.
Now, you've been touching on this kind of all night, and I was hoping you could elaborate for all the gay men in the room. What exactly is the taste like down there?
Fantastic question, really. Fantastic question. It's different for everybody.
Depends on what you eat.
It depends on your diet.
Vegetarian
Depends on your hygiene. Sometimes it tastes really good.
It tastes great.
Yeah.
I found it mostly similar across the board, to be honest with you.
Yeah. There's little tweaks here and there.
The person just needs to shower. If you don't,
Animal helps your hygiene. Everybody knows that.
You hygiene. Seriously. If not, it can be foul. Like, it can be
Yeah, it's really
foul.
uncomfortable.
Does
It's
he
like a
shower or
moist cavity between your legs. It's like, I don't know, it's just,
just keep it clean and it's fine. Like, it's good. Like, there's
It's good. It's good.
there's not
It's
like
really
a
good.
distinct taste. It's like, I don't know. Like,
It's really good.
Okay, I got that.
Just like tasting
And when
it
you
like
taste it
right
both-
now.
Coming from somebody that's tasted both, like both genders, is that the right section? What sexes, whatever, both, utilities. Okay, I'm not very experienced in the phallic nature, but it kind of tastes like fungus. And
Well, a penis tastes like?
yes.
oh, okay.
Girls
You're
taste a lot
educating me,
better.
I don't know.
So I think I must have just had really poorly hygienic men, and that's why I became lesbian.
The texture is super different too.
Way different.
It's like one's like white, creamy, and jiggly, and the other one's just like wet, fun, and
It sounds like a theme park.
No, I was gonna say, a really good description comes from, there's a YouTube clip with Mila Kunis and Zoe Saldana. If you guys know, there's a movie called After Sex, and if you YouTube the clip, they have a really amazing description of like the whole, how it tastes and what it feels like. I mean, so it's a movie called After Sex with Mila Kunis.
Oh
She
my
does
god.
she does a lesbian scene with Zoe Saldana.
Oh
Okay,
my god.
YouTube that shit, because you guys are gonna thank me later.
Next question.
Alright, so like do you guys prefer shaved or like hair?
Waxed.
You know some guys like they like hair down there and it's their choice. So.
Wax.
Like shaved or
Wax.
Brittany, first.
Kind of like a baby.
I mean, like, my girlfriend's a dancer, so not as, like, fuck. She's a dance teacher and choreographer, so she's always, like, pretty clean down there. So, like, shaved or, like, groomed. I don't mind a little bit of hair, but just don't have, like, Amazon. That's all. It's,
Wax.
yeah.
I agree. Like, I don't know. What you want to do down there is definitely like your personal preference. But if you expect somebody else to go down there, like, make it like prepared. Like, exactly. Be clean. Be cut. For me personally, I mean, other people may be like, oh, I don't care, whatever, do your thing. Personally, I want to
say that though.
I
just hate that.
I know, but I'm
it's
saying, I'm saying personally for me.
that they don't care, but you still care.
Yeah,
You still care.
You're not allowed to be, like, 50-50. Always have preference.
Sorry.
You guys care? Kelly?
I care. I want there to be hair there, but I thought I didn't care at all until I got with someone who didn't do anything down there, and I cared. I did
Is it, like, really bad
more
when
than
you
I
get
thought I
your
would.
period?
I couldn't find it.
It's like going through the bush.
No, if you're pushed down there and you get your period, it's like you don't want to have it.
But I do definitely like it. I like hair down there, but just groomed is like definitely, that's it. Like I don't need to go crazy.
Like, we've already established that hygiene is important, but like as per hair, people can do whatever they want. And if anybody, like honestly, no, I'm serious. I'm totally serious. Oh, okay. And I think I prefer hair. And I think that if anyone asked me to shave, I would say like fuck you and not have sex with them.
Oh no. I'll do it.
Unless it was like a kinky like shave in the bathtub kind of. I'd try that.
I was wondering, even though you guys are lesbians, would you still be down to hook up with a guy for one night?
No.
Been there, done that.
I thought about it after I broke up with my last ex, but I just had my 2-year anniversary of not having sex with men past February.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, 2-year anniversary.
Hey, I've been getting
Like officially. Thank you. And I thought about it, I was like, maybe just for fun, and like, probably drunk, but I haven't gone through with it, and it probably won't happen, but I've thought about it.
Kelly? 10 years since Melissa?
Oh, I've never slept with a guy actually.
Gold star.
Gold star.
Holler.
Yeah, I don't know. like like, you know, I think you only live once, you have to do everything. So I'm not saying I absolutely wouldn't. Just can't think of which one I would. Yeah, I don't know. It's, you know what? Anything could happen if there's enough tequila in the room.
Or gin.
Or gin.
These two ones. Yeah. I would have sex with any body type. Totally. Yeah, I would. But like penile penetration is not my favorite type of like getting off.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you're good.
Next question.
All right.
Family planning.
I recently heard a statistic that there is actually no evidence of child abuse in lesbian families, and I'm just wondering, kids, no kids, where do you guys sit with that?
So Jazmin.
I actually know someone who suffered, who had lesbian parents and was abused as a child. So that was a really small study on that. Like, I think that's an awesome study, and I think that lesbian mothers would be awesome. I just want to say. But personally, I don't think I want to have kids. I might like foster kids. Like, I work in an elementary school, I like kids, but yeah.
I keep saying someday, although I'm pushing 30 almost. I don't know. Someday, and I don't know. I feel like that a statistic like that. Yeah, I mean, obviously there's exceptions to that, as Jazmin pointed out. But I think lesbians have to work or any same-sex couple has to work so hard to get a child. Like, we can't just be like, oh shit, we're pregnant. Like, people, like, we have to work fucking hard to get a child.
You can work hard to get that shit.
Really hard.
I think we potentially could be great parents, but I think that also is why, like, it's probably easy to have cold feet for a long time, because you can't just do it accidentally, or you have to put a lot of work and effort into it, and you can second guess and be like, am I sure? So, someday, not now.
Blaire, different opinions over here.
She doesn't remember me.
Yeah, I don't remember the question.
Kids.
You want kids?
Was that the question? I thought it was about no abuse within.
Oh, that was.
Because I've also
Family
heard that.
I'm just all for lesbians.
Oh, kids, definitely, and however that's going to happen, I know it's going to be a journey for sure, but absolutely, in whatever way, shape, or form, someday. Not quite yet.
I'm young.
Someday.
I haven't decided yet. I'm not opposed to the idea, but at this point I'm like, I can't say, honestly. It's like, if it happens one day, like, I'm with the right person, we decide, you know what, let's have a kid, let's figure this out, all for it. As of right now, I'm just go with the flow, like, I'm living my life, I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm young, I'm wild, I'm free.
Woo! I would like to have kids. It's weird because the girl I'm with right now, if you were to say, like, if you could pick a partner to have kids with, it would definitely be her. Because she is just, like, she's amazing she's basically a teacher, so she's with kids 24/7. She's great with them. But if, on my own terms, I'm sure that, like, later on down the line, I definitely think, yeah, kids for sure.
Next.
Ladies, I guess this is a little less serious. What is your personal preference, I guess? Your favorite spot to be kissed, or the spot that turns you on the most?
Behind my ear. Number one.
I like bites on the back of my neck or like my shoulder blade.
Back of my neck.
What, are you going to say that too?
No, not at all. I was
Okay.
waiting for someone to say something more. You said turn on, right?
Yeah, turns you on. Your favorite spot, like, up to you.
Okay, this is my favorite spot to be kissed / maybe likely bitten, and my favorite to do on others. And it's kind of like in this area right here, or even like yeah, around there. So.
I kind of have to agree with you. Not you, sorry, you didn't even say anything. I mean, like, the mouth is a super erogenous zone for me. So, like, just kissing, big words. Like, just kissing me, and if you're kissing me right, I can get so turned on by that. But, like, Also, inner thigh or neck.
What about you, Jazmin?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with you, like
Right.
Yeah?
around here, like
And
I feel
also
like so,
a lot of,
like,
especially
right
for
around my-
females, like your sexual muscles are all through here, so
It's a good
if
spot.
you're doing something there, it's doing something here.
I have like this one spot on my back that like whenever somebody touches, my entire body like clenches. Yeah, it doesn't even matter who it is. It could be a fucking boy. I love you.
All right, next question.
This doesn't really continue on the sexual vein as much, but it's something I've heard. It might be a generalization, so if it is, please correct me. But my cousin is straight, and she just became friends with a few lesbians, and she said that one of the things she really noticed about being friends with lesbians versus straight girls is that there was like so much more accepting of each other and of her, and of like finding like beauty in like small things more than like other girls would be like being catty, or more than guys would be with like finding a specific type of girl, like that the lesbians like more love like so many different types. Even looking at you guys, like you all look so different, and obviously like each girl is attracted to like each such different things.
So,
Does that make sense?
are you kind of saying like they're more lenient in
Yeah,
terms
so much
of?
more accepting of like
Yeah.
every different type, that they can find something good in like any girl, or when she's like, oh, like my hips are too big or whatever, they'd be like, no, like that looks gorgeous or something.
Yeah.
That a guy or like a straight girl might not say.
I don't know. I think just because maybe gay girls have sort of encountered times where, you know, obviously your acceptance is maybe questionable to certain people, so your ability to, I don't know, sort of brush that off is easier, maybe, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know.
I agree. I feel like, you know, especially like for someone like me who's not really gender normative, I mean, I feel like we experience so much judgment and stigma or whatever, you know, within society, you know, and so we're kind of programmed already to kind of be a little bit critical, at least, of what we're told through the media about what is beautiful and what we find beautiful. And so I feel like, yeah, like sometimes we see things through a different lens than maybe what everyone else is told to see things through things like the media, and yeah.
Yeah, because you already know that, like, what the media or what society's telling you is wrong. Or not necessarily right all the time, at least.
Yeah, so you question it kind of from the outset, and then, I don't know.
I understand that what like everybody's saying, like women, like, I don't know, lesbians, I guess, like you said, like, we're already trying to like be accepted, so we understand what that difficult process of like, you know, accepting that you're gay, and then like coming to terms with it. So it's different, like when somebody else, you're more appreciative when somebody's like, you know, I don't like my hips. It's just like, no, your hips are beautiful, like accept yourself, like you want to be, because you understand what the process is yourself of accepting something internally, and the decision that's life-changing. It's not like you choose to be gay, but I mean like the decision to be happy by being out, I guess, right? So you're accepting of that decision, of somebody else's decision, of anything within that person, basically. You just want them to be happy because that's what makes you happy, to a certain degree, I guess.
Absolutely. Well put.
All right, our last question of the night.
It's totally not serious.
Oh, two more questions.
My question is, how far do you feel comfortable going with a girl who's on her period?
What stage of the period? First
That is a
day,
good question.
Like
third
day
day.
2?
Well, I don't know, I'll let you.
Heavy.
Day 2 is kind of like a no-go, because day 2 is the worst, I think. Like, kind of, I don't know. Towards the end, it's not as bad, like, you can make it work. Like, shower towards the end, no problem. Like, it's true. Depending where they're at, if they're wearing a tampon, I'll do stim, personally.
If they're waxed and wearing a tampon?
Yeah, well,
What?
if somebody's wearing a pad, we're not gonna,
Oh.
yeah. But like if they're wearing a tampon, you're both really horny and like you want to get that person off, you can't do penetration. A, they're on the period. B, they're wearing a tampon. But like, you can do stimulation to a certain degree. Yeah, stimulation of your clit. You know, clitoral.
What's your question?
Yeah, what's your question? Tia, say it into the mic.
You look frustrated.
I'm not frustrated. I'm sitting beside you. Like, it's not
Making
she's
her
just muttering
uncomfortable
things
on
under her
purpose.
breath. But my
Whispering
thing-
sweet nothing.
She is. It's beautiful. But also, did you just say like sexual encounters when someone's wearing a tampon?
Yeah.
Do they do that? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, it's happened.
Absolutely.
It happens.
You
have sex on your period, maybe.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You
can just
when you're
well, you
and you
could.
want to get off.
Exactly.
personally, I wouldn't. But I mean, that's a personal
But if you
preference.
were with the girl.
Girls understand that process.
That's true. I think it's just an
why they're strung
understanding.
so high.
Because when guys were like, ew, like they just don't get it. Like I just like that's a joke.
don't-
But like
I totally have
any
sex
guy
with my
I've
partner.
dated, it's like they think it's like the scariest thing in the entire
So
world.
they'll only have sex with you like 3 weeks out of the month?
That's
The
shit.
girl will have sex with you like every week out of the month.
All right.
I'm just like, I'm home for the weekend. All right, let's go. You don't want to be like, fuck, you're on your period. It's like, yeah, so.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Cool, more
I'm not
fluid.
frustrated. I get it. Full circle. My question made sense earlier. See? Fluids. All you laughing at me? All right. I'm less frustrated. Sorry.
Is it like, how do you feel about sex on periods? Level of degree of
I mean, maybe there's just things I would and wouldn't do, but I certainly wouldn't like rule it out. I mean, that's when you're like, your hormones are crazy when you're on your period. Like, you can have sex.
That feels so good.
You kidding? Oh, when you're on your period, your hormones are like, bing!
You want it.
Yo, I can't have sex, so I want it. So I get it.
It sucks when you're on your period though, because you want it even more.
Oh, it's horrible.
You want
How's
it
that
even more.
So find somebody who's like totally down with it and you're like, yo, I'm good to go.
Exactly.
Especially when it's like you're with your partner and it's 2 out of 4 weeks, right? Unless you sync up. But
You can sing if you're like with them enough, but I see my girlfriend maybe like, 'cause she lives in Toronto, I live in London, it's hard.
Yeah.
So I'll see her and I'm not on my period, but she is, and it's like, whatever, like, we gotta work through this, because we're both horny and we haven't seen each other in 2 weeks, like. What other term do you want me to use?
I'm trying to focus.
Hi.
Hello.
I was wondering if all of you could talk a bit about what your own gender identities are. I'm thinking particularly sort of in terms of you three, because to a lot of people you might not be like readably queer or lesbian, so like how does that affect you, and when you do feel, for maybe you two, when you feel readably queer, how does that affect you, and like what's your what's your own gender identity? So you talked about what genders you're attracted to, but what's your own?
I identify as a lesbian, and a lot of times I've had people come up to me, mostly guys, but obviously like some girls too, and they say, well, you don't look like a lesbian. So I ask them, okay, what does a lesbian look like? And they're like, well, like short hair and whatever, and I'm just, yeah, totally. And I'm just like, well, I don't want to be rude, but I think you need to be educated a little bit, because it's that, they're sort of boxed into these little stereotypes that they've been exposed to, and there's like so much more out there that it's, I don't know, like people you grow up with and people you don't expect to be gay will, come out, and it's like everybody, like every kind of person comes in every shape and size, so that's just sort of the thing that I like to let people know, and what they take away from that is sort of up to them, but I like to just enlighten them a little bit, so.
Sorry, this is kind of an addition. Did you ever feel sort of pressured to look more lesbian? Like lots of women when they first come out, like, oh, I gotta cut my hair short so all the other dykes recognize me.
Not really. I mean, like I guess my style and stuff was sort of influenced from people around me, and I did surround myself with probably like 99% of, gay girls, and stuff. And we all share clothes, and we all, you know. But in terms of like me feeling like, oh, I want to look more gay, it's like I'll still borrow shirts from my mom. And like I don't, it's fine. It's like if I like it, then I'll wear it, and I don't know. I don't really care what other people think.
In terms of like the clothes and whatever, like my style didn't really change particularly. I mean, I became more comfortable with what I was wearing, I guess, but like I stayed the same person as I was before like it came out. I identify as being lesbian because I'm just so gay. What was the other part of the question? Gay, clothes.
So what's your own gender identity?
Oh, okay,
So
so
you
like,
didn't really answer that either. Like, do you identify as a femme,
I identify.
or
Okay.
or where?
I identify as lesbian as well as a woman. I don't know if I would say like I'm femme, but I'm an athletic femme, I would say, because I love sports, but I love being girly. But at the same time, I have those moments where like I'll put on like baggy boy jeans and like whatever, and so it's a continuum for me personally. Like I won't say I'll ever dress strictly like a guy because I'll always have like I might have an article or two of clothing on me that's boyish or maybe from the men's section. But personally, like I'll still have my very feminine aspect while dressing in that outfit, personally.
I have a question. Can I yell it or do you guys want to
Yell.
Oh, sorry. I
Yell.
can't see the lineup.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, how young were you when you guys like recognized it? Like what triggered it when you were just like, okay, totally, girls and all that?
16, 19.
16, 17.
So it was later on as you grew up.
Always.
Yeah, I mean, if I look back, I could trace it back to like being a kid.
I think most women like kind of gradually now they're like, okay, whoa, like what was that, or like face, but it's like I don't know. For you might be like at 16 I was like I'm out, I'm gay, but like up until that point I had experiences. I was like, you know.
Yeah, you just can kind of tell.
When I was like, I've probably told one person this story, so yeah. I haven't even told you guys. When I was younger, I was at home and my mom's friend was over, and you know, I was just chatting at the dinner table, and it was late at night, and I sat on his lap, and he was like, "So, Britt, like, what do you want to be when you grow up?" And I looked at him, I was like, "When I grow up, I'm going to be a boy." Yeah. So I was 8, and to think like how, obviously I didn't conceive how everybody in the room would have looked at me at that point, but that's just something that I distinctly remember from my childhood. Yeah, so I obviously didn't know, I didn't know anything, but at that point I think that was like the turning point for me. And I remember that like when I was a child. So I thought that was really, I don't know, sort of a life-changing moment.
Can I answer Casey's question?
Yeah,
Can you go back to that?
Yeah. Sorry.
Do you wanna go back?
I identify as lesbian, gay. What was the other part of the question?
Your own gender identity and how do you feel like you get read as
When I first was when I was coming out, I was always shopping in the men's section and looking for plaid and baggy jeans, and I was like, I need to make this apparent. Like people need to know, because then I'll meet people. And I got over that really quickly because it was okay. So now I'm kind of just in the middle. I'm a little girly, a little not so girly, and yeah, that's about it.
No, actually, I was such a butch little kid. Like, I was a little tomboy in every way you could. And actually, after I came out, I remember becoming more feminine. I let my hair grow longer, and I started to dress more feminine because I didn't want to be read as a stereotype. Like, I had this kind of internalized homophobia that I didn't want to look like a stereotype. And then I was like, oh, fuck it, this is who I am. So, like, for me, it was kind of like coming back to being more like, I don't know, you could call it masculine or whatever. Like, it's not that I want to be a boy or something. It's just, I just feel comfortable this way. And yeah, and I don't know. And like, for me, it feels so easy to just be read as gay all the time. Like, sometimes I think like it must kind of be tiresome to have to respond to like oh, you don't look gay enough, or these things like, when the short time that I looked a little bit more feminine and I actually did get hit on by guys sometimes in a bar, I remember feeling so uncomfortable. And now, like, I really empathize with my femme friends, my more feminine friends, when that happens to them and then they're kind of not believed, like their sexuality isn't considered, you know, like legitimate because they don't look gay enough. So, yeah, I think it definitely has a lot of impact on how you walk through the world as a queer person.
Kelly was my TA last semester, and I remember after the first day of class, like I moved to London from Winnipeg, I didn't really know anyone and didn't know the queer community, and my first day home from class I went to my partner, I was like, oh my god, my TA's a dyke, yes! I was so excited! So good. I identify as pretty androgynous, which is like masculine and feminine attributes. And like I like to dress in drag as a guy. I don't think I feel comfortable dressing as like a drag queen. I think that'd be weird. And I also want to answer your question again, because I said never, like I never had like this moment, and I don't want that to be mistaken as like a born this way statement. Like I never felt straight or gay or anything, and I just kind of knew always that these were like made up ideas that didn't make sense in reality. So I don't know if that makes sense to other people, but just like these pretend like lines that people like walked into, and I was just kind of like, that's silly, I'll walk all over the place.
Okay, ladies, could I get a big round of applause for all the panelists and our host? And especially a hand for Brittany, who came all the way from Toronto to be with us today. Thank you. I just want to offer the opportunity. Does anyone have any last closing remarks? Does everyone feel good? They got their cards, say everything? You feel good? Okay, thank you. You guys were wonderful. I'm going to give this to you. This is for you, Brittany. Thank you for coming to us today. So everyone who's left, we are selling these lovely tank tops that the ladies are displaying for us at the doors on your way out. They're $10 each. Also, this event was brought to you by GetREAL and AllyWestern, so please stay in touch if you like this. There's always lots more to come. And thank you all very much for coming. You were a wonderful audience.
Thanks for sticking around.